Page 90. 10. Writing.
Verbal and nonverbal communication. When people talk about communication, the first thing that comes to mind is words or language. Language is our primary means of communication as human beings, which sets us apart from other species. However, as studies have shown, it is not the only means of communication. Think about a photograph taken in the center of a town. It provides information about the buildings, stores and services, people and cars, plants, and all kinds of details if you choose to take the time to look at it more carefully. Now try describing the picture and everything you have identified in it to your friend, or write about it. How long do you think it's going to take you? Certainly a lot longer than it takes a photo to convey the same amount of information. Suppose that you have just acquired the latest electronic gadget. Would you choose to tell your friend about it or show it to him or her? Usually, we choose to do the latter, i.e., show it to somebody and point out all the new amazing features. In other words, pictures and objects can speak for themselves more efficiently and effectively than we can through verbal language. However, there are situations where a different type of interaction is required, when, for example, you run into somebody you have not seen for some time. You probably want to talk about everything that has happened, ask him or her questions, and talk about people you know, and so on. This is definitely a case that requires verbal language. On a partly different note, you see a friend you have not seen for some time at a distance. For example, different escalators at the airport leading to different lounges. You have both checked through security and cannot go back, and you certainly don't want to start shouting across the airport building. You want to get his or her cell phone number. You probably resort to gesturing by holding your hand next to your ear and pretending to talk. You point to the phone, point to your friend, and use a hand gesture to signal what, pointing back to the imaginary phone. Your friend signals each number by holding up the appropriate number of fingers. In other words, although language is important and allows us to communicate facts, feelings, thoughts, experiences, and practically everything and anything that we are interested in, it is not the only way we communicate with each other. As studies have shown, about 60% of human communication is carried out through nonverbal means, for example, facial expression, gestures, or illustration. Maybe we should keep this in mind when we are at a loss for words. Our eyes and overall expression can convey what we cannot express through words.